Hello everyone, welcome back to Andrina's Creations. Today's tutorial I'll be showing you how to customize your own Hershey bar clutch using Microsoft Word. You don't need Microsoft Word to make this Hershey bar clutch if you have Silhouette Studio, Design Space, Cricut, Photoshop, any software that you have. You can't use it, just use the same measurements that I'm giving you and you can customize your own. I already have a tutorial customizing them without a printer or a computer, so check down the description box for that tutorial. And this is how this one's going to look. You can use any theme or colors of your choice. So let's get started, guys. The first thing you always do is open up your Microsoft Word, and then, as I always say on my previous tutorials, I always go to File, Save As, and then where it says Save As Type, I will click down and I will put Word 97 2003 document, and then name your file and save it. I always like working on this mode. It's just a preference. You don't have to do that extra step, but I do. And like I said, I always do it every time I'm going to work on Microsoft Word. So now I'm going to show you how to make your own template. It is a lot of shapes, but just pay attention and I will give you every shape measurement. This is how I will do it in Microsoft Word. Again, you can do it any other way, but this is the way I do it. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to Insert, you're going to go to Shapes, you're going to click on the rectangle, you're going to make any size rectangle on your piece of paper, and then make sure your shape is selected, make sure you're on the Format tab, and then all the way on your right, it's going to have the height and the width. Click on the height and make sure it is all highlighted in blue, and you're going to manually type the number 2 and enter. And then on your width, you're going to type 5.63 and enter. And that is your first rectangle. Now, unselect it, go back to Insert, go back to Shapes, click on the rectangle, make any size rectangle, doesn't matter. Make sure it's selected, go on the Format tab, go to the right, and on the height for this one, you're going to type 0.38 and enter. And then for the width, you're going to type 5.63 and enter. And then this rectangle is going to go right in the bottom of the first one. You can use your arrow keys on your keyboard to make sure everything's aligned together. Now, unselect that one. I'm sorry if you can hear that noise in the background. I'm not sure if you can or not, but it's thundering really bad over here. So again, go to Insert, go to Shapes, click on the rectangle, make any size rectangle, it doesn't matter. Now, make sure you're on the Format tab, go to Height on this one, and this one's going to be 2.5 and enter, and the width is going to be the same, 5.63 and enter. And then you are going to put this rectangle in the bottom of the other one. Now, the middle rectangle we have here, click on it, right click, copy, right click, and paste. And then put this one right in the bottom of the third one. Now, the second big rectangle we have, click on it, right click, copy, and paste. And put that one in the bottom of the other one. So right now you have 5 rectangles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the bottom 4 are all the same size except the top one. The top one is the smallest one. Now the top one is the closure of your clutch. All the way in the bottom is like the other part of the front of the clutch, and then this middle one right here, it is the back of your clutch. Now we have to do an extra step. Now we got to go back to Insert. You're going to go to Shapes, you're going to go to Rectangle, make any size rectangle, doesn't matter. Make sure this one's selected, go to the Format tab. Now you're going to click on the height, and this one will be 5.38 and enter. And then the width for this one will be 0.38 and enter. Now this rectangle is going to go right in the bottom, right next to the 3 last rectangles. So right next to it. This is your tab that you're going to use to close your clutch. So right click, copy, and paste. And you're going to put this one on the other side. Make sure everything's aligned perfectly. I'm going to give you the measurements again. So the first rectangle that we made, this one's 2 inches in height by 5.63. This one, the second one is 0.38 in height and the width is 5.63. The third rectangle is 2.5 in height and 5.63 in width. Then this one is the same exact as the second rectangle, and the bottom rectangle is the same as the third one. And then the tabs on the side are 0.38 in width and the height is 5.38. And that is your template right here. I'm going to show you how to design this one really quick. It's pretty simple. I always say on my previous tutorials, you always go to Google to find any backgrounds you would like. You will just go to Google, and I also have a tutorial on how to save your backgrounds from Google, or you can go to Etsy. So right here, I type in rose gold Marvel background. Then you will just click. You have to make sure you click on the image you want. And then from here, you will right click and save it into your computer. And I have a whole bunch of files saved in my computer, so you will look for any background you would like. Now, if you want individual images for your clutch, you need to make sure you type in PNG. When you type PNG, that means it's a transparent background. So I'm going to click LOL Babies PNG, and then I'm going to hit enter. Once you click on a image, it has to have a gray and white background, like little squares. That means your image is transparent. From here, you will right click and save it to your computer, and it will not have no background. Once you have everything saved, now you will go back to Word. Again, you can purchase all this stuff from Etsy, but you can find a lot of stuff for free on Google. So let's go back to Word. I am going to fill in my first rectangle. You will only fill it in this way if you want your entire square to fill in. This is not to fill in for images. This is only for your background. Another thing, the top rectangle and the bottom rectangle, everything you put on those rectangles has to be upside down. That is the number one thing. Everything on the top rectangle and in the bottom rectangle has to be upside down. So I have my first rectangle selected. I'm going to go to the Format tab. I'm going to go to Shape Fill. You can fill it in with any of these colors, but if you want a background, you will go where it says Picture. Click on Picture. Then you will go to the folder that you saved all your backgrounds in and select the background that you would like. And then you click Insert. Once you have that one there, then I don't have to turn this one upside down because no matter what, if I turn it upside down, it's going to look the same way. Now, click on the second rectangle, go to Shape Fill. You can fill it in with any of these colors. If you want a background, go to Picture. Click on the background color that you want for here. And click on Insert. Click on the third rectangle. Go to Shape Fill. You could pick any of these colors, but if you don't, just go to Picture and click on the background that you would like. And Insert. Now you're going to go to the fourth one, and it's going to be the same thing. So fill in all the rectangles. everything filled in, you have to take off all those outlines. You see how all your outlines are black? You don't want that. It's not going to look right once you print. So all you have to do is click on all your rectangles and click the shift key. So press the first rectangle, click on all the rectangles at the same time. So click the first one, the second one, and the third, all of them. Just click all your rectangles. And then go to the Format tab, click on Shape Outline, no outline, and that removed all the outline color. So now that your template is all filled in with the background, now you have to add your individual images. To add your individual images, you will just go to Insert, now you go to Picture, and you will look for the images that you want to add. Once you add your image, you're not going to be able to see it. So make sure your image is selected. You're going to go to Format tab, Wrap Text in front of text. Now that you see your image in front, remember everything that you add on the top rectangle and in the bottom rectangle has to be upside down. So right here on the Format tab and in the Rotate, it says Flip Vertical. Click on that and now she is upside down. And now you will add her or any image that you're using to your top rectangle. Now in the middle of here, I'm going to add a shape just because I want to have some text right here. But if I add any text here, you're not going to be able to see it. So I'm going to go to Insert. I am going to go to Shapes. And I'm going to click on the shape that's called trapezoid. Trapezoid, I think it's called. So I'm going to click on that shape and I'm going to make it right here in the middle. But remember, it has to be upside down. So I'm going to go to Format. I'm going to go to Rotate. And I'm going to click on Flip Vertical. Again, this is just me designing something quick. You do not have to do it this way. You're going to design it whatever theme you have for your party. So I'm going to have it like this. I'm going to click on my shape. I'm going to go to Shape Outline, no outline. I'm going to go to Shape Fill and fill it in with a background as well. Now I go to Insert. I'm going to go to Word Art and click on the first Word Art. Look for the font that you want to use. You can download free fonts from thefont.com. I have a tutorial as well for that. Always check down the description box. I always link the tutorials that are relevant to the tutorial that I'm doing now. So it's pretty easy to download free fonts. So just look for the font that you want to use. Once you're done typing and you click OK, you need to make sure it's selected, go to the Format tab, and go to Wrap Text in front of text. Now you need to also flip this around. So if you click on rotate and click on flip vertical, it's not gonna do it right. So on your font, there's like a green button. Just click down your shift key and rotate that upside down. Make sure everything is good in your paper. There is a magnifying glass on the top with a piece of paper. You will click on that, and that is your print preview. Once you are in your print preview, make sure everything looks correct in your page, that nothing's outside of your page or nothing. So this is how it's going to look once I print. Here on my print settings, I have a Workforce Epson 7710 and a 7720. I print on presentation matte. So on my printer properties, I am going to change um, the settings to premium presentation paper matte, and I'm also going to change the settings into my computer just like that. If you don't have a printer at home, you need to make sure you go to save as and save it as a PDF file. If you don't save it as a PDF file and you go somewhere else to print and they're not compatible with the software you're using, all of this will change. Your font will change, the image might look different, and all that stuff. So please make sure you save it as a PDF file. Also, if you're sending this to a customer, you need to save it as a PDF file, and then you will email it to your customer. Again, I'm going to get ready to print and show you how I am going to assemble this. Also, I already made a tutorial before this one. If you don't have a printer and if you don't have a computer at home, there is a way you can do this, but it won't be as customized as this. You will just use regular printed cardstock from the craft stores. So also check the description box for that tutorial. So let's get to printing and how to assemble this. Here is how it looks after it printed. I am using 80-pound cardstock. You can use 80-pound or 100-pound cardstock. And if you want, you can also cut out the same shape of this clutch in a regular color cardstock to back it up in the back so it could be more sturdy. I am not going to do that for the tutorial, but you can do that so it can be more sturdy. But this is 80-pound cardstock. I'm also going to show you all the supplies that we'll be using. Of course, you're going to need your Hershey bar. And the Hershey bar is the 1.55 ounce Hershey bar. You are going to need bling or any kind of string so you can have the strap for your clutch. I found this at AliExpress a long time ago, but you can use chain, like the chain that you use for the jewelry. You can use that. It doesn't matter. You can use ribbon. Use your creativity. A pair of scissors, of course. Scissors. I'm gonna use art glitter glue. You can find this on Amazon. I always post on my Amazon link. I am an affiliate for Amazon, so you can find all the supplies I use on my link. Some Velcro dots. I get these at Walmart at the sewing aisle, and this is to close your clutch. Some bling. I always get bling eBay, Amazon, Walmart. It doesn't matter. But if you want to add some bling to in the front of the clutch, you can do that. I even have some LOL babies I can add to the front. Anything you would like to add to the front of it. And of course, I am going to use my We Are Memory Keeper trimmer and scoreboard. And it already comes with the scoring tool. You can find this on Amazon, or you could get it at your local craft store and use a coupon for this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to cut this out. Before I cut it out, this is what I'm talking about. The chain you could get at any craft store. You could get it thin, thicker, or anything you would like. So you can find this at Michael's, Angel Ants, or AC Moore, Hobby Lobby. And of course, use a coupon for this. So let's get to cutting this. Okay, if you don't have a scoreboard or anything like that, you can score with a ruler. And you will put it right next to your tab, and you can score just like that. You need to score on all the tabs. So this, where all the light pinks are at, so you will need to score right here, right there, and those tabs, and right there. But I do have a scoreboard, so I am going to use my scoreboard to score. So when I have it like this, I need to score at 3/8. Then turn it around and score again at 3/8. Then I will have my template facing that way. This is the front of the clutch. So I have all my big squares facing the 1 inch. So I will score at 2.5, 2 and 7/8. Sorry, 2 and 7/8. So 2.5, 2 and 7/8. Then 5 and 3/8, and 5 and 3/4. And once you score, it's going to look like this. And then you need to fold in all your score marks. And then once you fold in all your score marks, we're getting ready to cut. Once you folded in all your score marks, now when you turn it like this, you see that there's a small rectangle right here. You need to cut that out. Not out, but just cut it right up to here and cut that one up to here. And what I do is I cut out a little piece, like a little triangle on the sides. And then also on the bottom one, I cut out a little piece. And then a little piece out of here. So it would look like this. Again, on the other side, do the same thing. And then it will look like this. You will have 3 tabs. And now we are getting ready to glue. This small tab, you're going to glue it in the bottom. So you're going to put some glue on the small one. Hold it a little bit till it dries. And do the same thing for the other side. Again, you can also use double-sided tape. Then you're going to glue that tab on top of this tab. And make sure everything's aligned really good. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Once you glue all the sides, all you have to do is round your corners. You can use a pair of scissors, but I have a corner cutter. This is from the We Are Memory Keeper brand, and I don't know if you can see the size. This is the half a size, and this is the 1/4 inch. You can find this on my Amazon store, but you can also get it at the craft store with a coupon. So I'm just going to cut the sides. Now you're going to hot glue your straps, whatever you decided to use for your handles. You're going to hot glue that to the inside right here. Once you have your handle glued, now you have to glue a Velcro dot. These are adhesive, but I am going to use hot glue to glue them and also add the extra bling that you want to add. Hershey bar, and this is how they're going to look. And that is how you customize using Microsoft Word. I'll see if I do another tutorial using Silhouette Studio. Again, always check down your description box. I already made a tutorial on how to make them without having a computer or a printer. And again, thank you guys for all your support. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe so you can be notified when I upload my next video. If you haven't joined my Facebook group to show me everything that you have learned from me, my Facebook group name is Andrina's Kreations Crafting Lounge. I would really appreciate if you go join me over there. You can ask as many questions as you would like, and we will try to answer it. You can always email me at Andrina's Kreations at yahoo.com. I also have a business page and an Instagram if you would like to purchase anything from me. And always check the description box. I have a whole bunch of affiliate links down below. And that's it. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up and comment down below. Bye bye, guys.